workout during COVID. So if you have a place that's inside your home or even just right outside your home, I want to be able to help you grab that because it's very healthy to be able to keep exercising during this time. It's going to be able to help to build up and help to enhance your immune system. And we like that. We want that. Keep yourself healthy, keep yourself moving. Now, one of the things with this workout we're going to do is use a medicine ball and a band. And so you don't have to have those. I'm just going to use those as extra props for different things, but I'll show you some different ways of how you can make do without them. So you ready? Let's go. Okay, this first exercise is a Russian twist. You're going to grab a medicine ball if you do. If you have a dumbbell, otherwise you don't need it. What you'll do is we're going to go 30 seconds. You'll do 4 sets. We're going to go through 1 set on each exercise for you. You want to round your back. It's called the C curve in your back. Lift your legs up if you can, and all you're doing is going back and forth. Okay, so we're going to get some time going here on this one. 30 seconds. Ready? Go. You want to take big, deep breaths and just go slow and methodical. So I'm letting my hips rotate, creating a disassociation from my upper body to my lower body. As you work through this rotation, try to focus on taking those big, deep breaths and then rotate really far, nice and slow. Gets that good disassociation upper to lower body. This one's good for golfers, for tennis players, any type of rotation movements. Great athletic movement. This next exercise is a one-leg bridge pullover. So here we're going with a one-leg pullover. The leg that's suspended should be parallel with the leg that's down. You want to drive the leg that's down into the floor or into the ground. And so you're getting that contraction from the hip and glute. That's going to contract the glute max. And then as you keep those hips parallel, you're bringing those arms overhead. Can you guess what exercise movement you're getting? What function? What are you working here? Well, you're getting a lot of an area called the serratus anterior. Is that what your guess was? Go ahead and switch legs. Serratus anterior is right around the ribs. So as you're switching legs there, keep the other leg parallel. Don't let the hips drop. Don't let the hips sag on either side. But what that is that's around the ribs, and that's what's called a scapula protractor. There's very few ways to work that area, so this is a very good functional way to get it. So we're getting the glute range of motion through the shoulder. It's a scapula protractor, and then we're getting the core muscles to work. Okay, next one is a single leg deadlift. So try to keep your hips level, drive that other leg back. Pull the weight back through the heel. I'm just coming down, touching that medicine ball down towards the ground. Now, things that help with balance is try to focus your eyes on one spot, even as your head is going up and down. Keep the weight distributed back through the heel, so you want to really contract that glute muscle. We're getting the hamstring, the glute, and the core muscles. And switch legs. Good. And I don't balance as well actually on my right leg. I'm a little tighter. So this side's a little harder. I'll usually do my left side better, just to show you the left side. You might notice from one side to the other, you might feel a little bit stronger and better balance. That's usually just tightness around the hip. Good. Bring that leg back, keep the hips level. Lengthen and stretch. Okay, now we're going to do crossover push-ups. Now, if you don't have a medicine ball, you could always just grab a dumbbell, do it over that, or just do regular push-ups. If you don't have the strength to do regular push-ups, do them from your knees, and then as you get stronger, do it from your knees to push over something like this. On the side of my hand, of what hand I'm using for the medicine ball, actually get a little bit different load from pushing off of that side. Okay, next exercise is a bridge where you're squeezing that medicine ball in between the knees. Everything is 30 seconds. And then on this workout routine, you could always be repeating, going up to 4 sets. So just keep replaying this and just keep working through, because I have the time all set for you. It's all geared up just for your success. How about that? This one's great. When you squeeze those inner legs, the adductors there, 2, 1, it's actually getting the core muscles as well. This one is called a wood chop. So I'm doing a low to high, and then I'm going to create a more athletic movement here. Watch this. Power through.
I come down slow and I power through. If you notice, I'm pivoting from the feet and the hips. You don't want to keep your feet stagnant. You want to rotate. And then I'm rotating from the core. Well, I'm sorry, I'm rotating from the hips, but the core is what's contracting. Okay, rotate through. Let's go the other way. Low to high, power down and power through that movement. Taking big deep breaths, rotating through the feet and through the hip. And this one's the last one using the medicine ball. You could always use a dumbbell, of course, doing something like that. And then we're gonna go into using some band work. Okay, now we got the band. First exercise is a bent over row. I'm using a red band and I'm just kind of wrapping my hands down on it a little bit more, pulling those elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keeping my hips level. If you notice, I'm not kind of upright, I'm leaning over. And by leaning over, that's called a bent over row. So that's gonna get that pulling between the rhomboids. This one, we used to think it worked a lot of the rear deltoid. It's actually not working that rear deltoid quite as much. It's more right in between the shoulder blades. Good, okay, next exercise is a lateral raise. So what I do is I lean over from the hips slightly, let those arms come out just a little bit, and that's gonna get that pulling on that medial deltoid. The reason I don't lift just laterally by standing straight up is that's gonna pull too much on the front of the shoulder. There's a little bit of science that goes on with that, but there my wife was kind of making me laugh. It's good to laugh while you're working out. Keep breathing, keep that smile on your face. Enjoy your workouts. Okay, now we're pumping bicep curls. 30 seconds, real quick. Don't have to bring the wrist all the way down. I'm just kind of keeping that shortened angle, almost like a pulse. Keeping the wrist back. I'm trying to not let the wrist curl. Squeeze and pump those biceps. Then last two exercises will be kickbacks for the triceps and then a walking movement called a lateral mini band walk. Yeah, it's working, I can tell. Okay, kickbacks. Now keeping my elbows hinged right at my side. If you notice, I'm not moving the elbow. I'm just squeezing through the tricep. The secondary muscle, the stabilizer, is the rear deltoid. So that shoulder has already been worked a little bit from that medial deltoid and then from the bent over row a little bit in that area. But here I'm getting it as a stabilizer, so that allows those triceps to work a little bit more. Can you guess which of the tricep muscles you're most contracting here? It was the lateral, the outside part. Now we're going mini band walk, keeping the feet and the shoulders a little bit, or feet and the hips a little bit apart. It's kind of hard to keep your shoulders apart unless you're collapsing in. But there you notice I have a nice upright posture. I crossed the band in order to get a little bit extra resistance through this movement. And I'm just shuffling side to side.
So great workout you can do from home. Now, if you don't have a band and you don't have a medicine ball, you could always substitute that with dumbbells on doing some different things. If you don't have a band for the band walk, just come down and just push against your hip so you can get that side mini band walk kind of idea. We're trying to get that glute medius, that hip abductor, firing really well there through it. Bicep curls, get the dumbbells, triceps, bent over row, mix in dumbbells, mix in anything you have, cans of soup, anything just to get some good slow tight resistance, and you can make it work. Thanks for joining me.